Alright there people, this is Brad the Lad back again with another video, and today I'm going to do some Premier League predictions for week 12 of the Premier League after the international break has passed. So let's start off with the first game of the weekend, and it is the FA Cup finalists of last season, Leicester City, who won it, taking on the Premier League leaders and the current champions of Europe, Chelsea. This is going to be a really tough game to predict. It could go either way. If Chelsea have an off day, Leicester can expose that. We know what happened in the first game after the last international break for Leicester City, beating Manchester United 4-2 at the King Power Stadium. For me, I think Chelsea are going to get the win here. They dropped points late on against Burnley, in typical Burnley fashion, really. On the back foot for the whole game, and then they managed to grab one opportunity and they take it very, very well. So my prediction, I'm going to go for Leicester City 1, Chelsea 2. Next game, Aston Villa are taking on Brighton in Steven Gerrard's first game in charge at Villa Park. It's a game that's very tricky to predict. Brighton are a very good team as well. They're in the win. They haven't won in 5 games, but they have picked up 4 draws in those 5 games. They will be without the suspended goalkeeper Robert Sanchez for the game on Saturday. I'm gonna go. I think Villa are going to get off to a decent start. I think it's going to be a win for Aston Villa. I'm going to say Aston Villa 2, Brighton 0. Next game is at Turf Moor between Burnley and Crystal Palace. Another very tough game to predict. Palace usually tend to do quite well at Turf Moor, but the Clarets did do the double over Palace last season, winning 1-0 at home, which was their first win of the campaign, and winning 3-0 at Selhurst Park. For me, I think Palace, they could be going into this game with 3 wins on the bounce. I can't remember the last time they did that. Vieira is building a fantastic team. My prediction, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Palace, just. Sorry, Burnley fans. But, I could be wrong. I'm never really great with my predictions. Okay, the next game is Newcastle United taking on Brighton, and Newcastle United taking on Brentford. Apologies. Newcastle are without a win. It's Eddie Howe's first game in charge of Newcastle. It will be good to see what his style of play will be like with this Newcastle team. Will he get their first, manage to get their first win of the campaign, which Steve Bruce and Graham Jones failed to do so far this season? I think Eddie Howe is going to get off to a good start to his managerial career as well. I'm going to go for a Newcastle United 3-1 win over Brentford. Brentford have not been great in recent weeks. They've lost a lot of games and they're conceding a lot more goals now. And I think they are struggling in the Premier League, and the Premier League is taking its toll on them. The next game is Norwich City taking on Southampton. Another new manager in the dugout for the home team, after Daniel Farke was sacked after his team won 2-1 at Brentford. It was probably a decision made by the board in the first place before the game had started. I think that win will give them a big boost of confidence. Dean Smith has come in, a man that's never been relegated as a manager. He got sacked by Aston Villa just hours after he lost his job. And I think he's a good appointment. It could go really, really well. It could go really, really bad. So, yeah. For me, I think my prediction, I think it's going to be a tight game. Southampton are in decent form at the moment, but I think Norwich will have a bit of a boost. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I said on my Instagram, in my notes, that I was going to go for a 1-0 Norwich, but I think Southampton might actually get something. Sorry, Norwich fans. Okay, here's my next prediction for my next game. which is Wolverhampton Wanderers versus West Ham United at Molineux. This is a tricky game. West Ham could go into this game, and if they win this, it will be 5 consecutive wins, and they will go level on points with league leaders Chelsea, only if Leicester manage to beat the Blues in the lunchtime kickoff. For me, I think this is going to be a tight game. I think Wolves might get something, you know. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw between the two teams at Molineux. And last but not least, Liverpool are taking on Arsenal. Probably the biggest fixture of the weekend, perhaps. Debatable with Leicester versus Chelsea in the lunchtime game. Liverpool suffered their first defeat of the season at West Ham, losing by 3-2. And they've taken on an Arsenal team who are in form at the moment. But I think Liverpool will come roaring back. My prediction for this game, I think I'm going to change my as well. I think I went a little bit crazy when I made him earlier on in the week. I think my prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool. I think they're just going to nick it. Like get a last minute goal or something from like Firmino. But yeah, I can see Arsenal holding out well. But I think Liverpool eventually will take all the points. If I've missed any games out, please let me know. Because, yeah, I have a feeling I have missed one out. The next game is on to Sundays now, as we begin with Manchester City taking on Everton. Manchester City, of course, lost their last home game 2-0 at home to Crystal Palace. City, of course, won 2-0 at Old Trafford. It could have been a hell of a lot more. There is the United game as well that I forgot, by the way. I was meant to do that. I will get onto that later on. That's a Saturday game at 3 o'clock. I'll do that last. City, of course, you know, they will be hoping to, you know, get another home win against an Everton side who have been really poor. Man City beat Everton 5-0 on the last day of last year. Aguero was, you know, Aguero's last game, which he scored in. Everton were dreadful that day. I can see another dreadful afternoon for the Toffees at the Etihad Stadium. I'm going to go for a Manchester City 3-0 win. And yeah, I can't see things getting any easier for Everton. The next game is a fascinating one. Tottenham Hotspur versus Leeds United. Antonio Conte's first game in charge at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against a Leeds side who have picked up a couple of wins in recent times. Winning at Norwich, winning it over Watford. They have had some tricky games. Away from home, are they that great? Not particularly. However, I do think this game might be a good one. I think Tottenham could really punish Leeds here, because Leeds are a very, very, very open team at the back, and they can leak a lot of goals. And with the 4-2-2-2 formation that they've got, with I think it could be, I don't know if it will be Kane up top, or if he'll have Son alongside him, or if there'll be two midfielders in behind. But regardless, I think having the two players attacking in behind him, in behind Harry Kane, and Kane is often shifted to the right with his passing when Spurs pass through the midfield. It could be a very long day for Leeds, who knows? But yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Tottenham in this game. And last but not least, I'm going to go with Manchester United's game at Watford at Vicarage Road. How am I feeling? Not too confident, of course. I'm Ollie out, I'm Glazers out. As you already know, it's been a torturous couple of weeks for United fans, that the fact that the Glazers and Ed Woodward are refusing to sack him, because they definitely want the club to fail. Watford, I think, you know, the fact that they're missing Troy Deeney, of course, since he moved to Birmingham in the summer, I think, you know, I think they've lost a bit of a spark with him. Josh King plays against one of his old clubs in the Premier League. You know, he scored a hat-trick at Everton. He nearly moved back to United at one point, but we went for Odion Ighalo. I don't know, I think, you know, it could be a game that could go horribly, horribly wrong, or it could go really well and then you enjoy your weekend. It won't change my opinion on the manager, no matter how well we do at the weekend. I'm still Ollie out. My prediction for the game, I think we're going to go to Vicarage Road. I think we're going to get a win. I think we're going to win 2-0. Yeah, I don't think Watford are going to... I don't think Watford have got enough to hurt us. That could well come back to bite me. I think Sarr's a fantastic player. I think King is a decent player in the midfield. I'm missing Kuka, who was suspended for this game after his red card at Arsenal. So yeah, that's my Premier League predictions. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe and comment below your thoughts on this weekend's games. Is there anything you would like me to look out for? Is there any games that might be fascinating for you to watch? And yeah, what's your thoughts on the new managerial appointments? Thank you guys for taking part. This is Brad the Lad. See you all in a bit.